Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer, I'm your evil overlord, and welcome to Prison Architect. It's time to start doing the campaign, and we're going to be starting out with Mission 1, Death Row. We've been contracted to build an execution chamber at this prison, in time for the scheduled execution of one of their inmates. Great! Sounds like fun. Now the campaign actually has a story, and the missions, despite the fact that they do take place in separate prisons, they are somehow connected. But I won't spoil too much, because that's no fun. And that looks ugly, having concrete walls inside of brick walls. I don't like it. Foreman's office, chief's office, warden's office, nice and big of course. The garbage, truck driver just loading up some garbage. And there is the priest. Inside of one of the inmates' cells. Here we go. The CEO. This is a tough one. There's a prisoner incarcerated at this facility who's been convicted of a double murder and sentenced to death. That's where we come in. We've been contracted to construct an execution chamber in time for the guy's big day. There's a nice little area with lamps where he wants us to construct the new facility. First step in any project is to construct the building itself with enough space inside it to fit an execution chamber and a holding cell. We can skip this because this is a tutorial. And speaking of the tutorial, way back in the alpha days, this very mission was the tutorial. And this is why they had the execution chamber and the electric chair in, but never operational until, I believe, Alpha 32. So it's just going to give us an introduction on how to do stuff. Build a large steel door on the south wall. There you go. Flashing on where we need to do it. I'll do it concrete. It's even show us how to click and drag. And then a large steel door. He wants it here. Okay. Your workmen are responsible for the construction of buildings. They'll collect the steel and concrete from the store room and take it to the construction site. They'll use raw materials to build the foundations and framework of your new building. This is the slowest part of construction. You should plan ahead when building new facilities. While we wait, take a look around using the WASD or arrow keys to move around. I use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. So basically we'll learn the controls a little bit while we wait for construction. As you can see, we have a to-do list. Construct a building to house the execution facility. Build a large jail door entrance. You can speed it up to max speed. And then, there we go. Inside the building I want a cell and an execution room. Partition the space by constructing some brick walls. Well, I'm not going to do brick walls. I'm going to do concrete walls. So he wants a nice big cell for that. I hope that it accepts concrete though. Yeah, it does. Just internal walls. There you go. Add large steel doors defining the walls. You can rotate an object before placement by clicking the middle mouse or pressing R. Well, my middle mouse doesn't exist because it's just a mouse wheel and it doesn't rotate, or it doesn't allow me to click it. Oh, actually it does. Learn something new. Oh yeah, this is a different mouse than I had before. Learn something new today. Yay! There we go. Building looks good. We need to designate rooms within the spaces. Designate a cell in the smaller area where our condemned inmate will live. Then designate the execution room itself in the larger area. Okay, execution room and a cell. The room has requirements before it becomes functional. The cell needs a bed and a toilet. Execution room requires the electric chair. Well, for this particular mission, as you can see, we do have pretty much the entire board of bureaucracy. We don't have legal, and thus we don't have death row. But since this is mission only, it really doesn't matter. They've worked it in. But since death row does need chairs, although it doesn't say it, I'm going to be placing him in anyway. Bed, toilet, and electric chair. There you go. Just a second, CEO. I'm busy. In the meantime, close that. Thank you. Right. That's the essentials, take care of it, but there's still improvements you can make. It's up to you though, these aren't strictly required. It depends on how much you care about your prisoner and their environment. The cell itself could be improved with an outward facing window and a small bookshelf. The facility would look better if it had a higher quality floor material like wooden floorboards or mosaic tiles. Outside you could add some lighting and a paved pathway if you think it needs it. And this is the story. This is the man he questioned. Edward Romsey, a teacher once, would you believe? It's not our place to decide whether he deserves it. The law has made that decision. We're here to do a job. Once you are satisfied and the facility is ready, you can begin the prisoner transfer to his new cell. Simply click on the Polaroid inside his cell to initiate the transfer. There. Unfortunately, we cannot select the proper prisoner or the priest. But here we have a few optional things. And for this playthrough, I am in fact going to do the optional things. I'm gonna place two lights. I'm gonna place a nice outward facing window. A nice bookshelf here in the corner. And then here I'm gonna do a nice 2 wide path here. And mosaic flooring, sure. And oh, he himself will get some wooden flooring. There we go. Now that all of the optional things are ready, let's head on over to Edward, collect the Polaroid. Here we go. Don't shed a tear for this guy. He's a stone cold killer, guilty as charged. He even confessed. Want to hear the description of what he did? Now this is the beauty of this campaign, is that you actually hear the backstory in this particular case. It's juicy stuff. It was around 11 p.m. The lights were already on. I knew she was home. I knew I'd catch you two here. Edward, I... Don't. Just don't. What are you going to do? And you even see the bullet holes in their head. Nicely how her arm is placed, by the way. Clear as day, if you ask me. Deserves every vault he's gonna get. All men deserve forgiveness, even him. Are you sure you're in yourself? Are you so sure in yourself that you can deal out such final judgment? Catching your wife with another man is no excuse for what he did. And he went there with a loaded gun. Knowing he'd fight them together, that's a double premeditated murder. He's done nothing but cooperate with the authorities. The state is making an example out of him. If he committed his crime 100 miles north, he'd be looking at life imprisonment instead. How is that justice? Do you want a guy like this running free? I'll sleep just fine at night. I know he's gone. Poor guy. Good work so far. However, there's one problem. The execution room isn't functioning yet, because it doesn't have any power. We need to connect it to the electrical supply. Oh, now you tell me. We are now viewing the prison in utilities mode, which shows us the electrical wiring layout for the entire prison. Each building in the prison is connected to the power grid by these thick underground electrical cables. Power is provided to the prison by this substation, which draws electricity from the national grid, with 4 capacitors. As you can see, the entire wing of this prison cells is without power. All of the lights are out. To fix this problem, we first need to switch into utilities mode to understand why the lights are without power. That's why. The nearest electrical cables are too far away. Our engineers can't complete the wiring for this area. Extend the electrical cables nearby to cover this wing of the prison. So this is where you learn utilities mode. There we go. And it's just a matter of connecting the rooms to the electrical supply. And me stirring my coffee really quick. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. Lights aren't the only thing that needs power. Your new electric chair does too. Use the power cables to connect the execution facility to the power grid. The electric chair itself is a special type of electrical item. It requires its own dedicated power line. You need to connect it up directly with the main cables. And that also explains, and I haven't really gone through that, why these little lines exist, is that they are automatically connected to a certain maximum distance. They are connected automatically to the nearest cable. Too far, just like these, and it won't be. However, certain devices like the electrical chair, the cookers, and the fridges, they need to be connected directly. So, there. That's all I need to do. The outside lights will always be on, no matter where they are, no matter how far they are from the prison or from the main line outside. There we go. We're almost done, I think. We should test the new execution room at least before we try to use it, though. I'm just going to turn it on for a few seconds, making sure everything is okay. And then we're pulling the Doomie. Well, that didn't work. Looks like we drew too much power and tripped a circuit breaker in the power station. The whole prison is dark. We're going to need more juice to be able to handle the power spike that the electric chair generates. First, we need to turn the power back on. This is a two-step process. Switch the power station on by clicking it and selecting switch on in the menu that appears. Then build 3 more capacitors so that we have enough power capacity to handle the electric chair. Once you've done that, test the electric chair again by clicking on it and selecting switch on in the menu. Right, so he wants us to build 3 capacitors right over here, and then switching that on. Once again, I'll speed things up a little bit. Come on, and there we go. That's one. So now we head on over to the electric chair, click on it, switch on. And that works. I'll switch it off again. Well done. I believe we are finished with this job. What happens now is out of our hands. We did a professional job, and that's important in our business. Try not to worry about what happens next. Yes, they actually put a prisoner on a cross shape to make it look like it's Jesus. So the first thing he did after he killed was head on to church to beg his false god for forgiveness. And he didn't get it. Can I help you? Are you looking for forgiveness? I don't know. I have to do something. I can't live with the things I've done. You have to turn yourself in. Whatever you've done, you cannot evade the consequences. You will never be able to live with yourself until you face up to your past. I want to go back. I want to forgive her. I want her to forgive me. God will forgive you, no matter what you have done, if you ask him to. But you must answer for your crimes in the eyes of the law. There is no other way. Well, it is time, Edward. You have done the right thing, even though this world will not forgive you for it. You will be with God soon, and He will have the final judgment on you.
To hell with you.
There it is. Is die chairshaped Tesla coil. Is best Tesla coil in town. This is actually pretty dark though, I have to admit. That they did this as the tutorial. And then teased us until Alpha 32 with the fact that we couldn't use this room and this chair. The fact that they did this for the tutorial. Edward Ramsey, you have been found guilty of 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree. The penalty is death. Do you have anything to say? Susan, I'm sorry. Click. And we are done. As everything fades to black, I think that concludes the first mission. Chapter 2, Palermo. We're immediately thrown into Chapter 2, but we're gonna save that for the next episode. Sorry. Escape. That's gonna be for the next episode. I'm not gonna record too much. But anyway, this was the first mission of the campaign of Prison Architects. I will be going through all of the missions, do all of these, all of the optional things as well. And this is gonna be Prison Architect for the next couple of days on the channel until I'm done. Once again, there are only 5 campaign missions. We're on mission 2. That's what I'm gonna start next time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like if you did. My name is Hecthor Doomhammer. I'm your evil overlord. I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.